Hey everyone, welcome back. After a little break, we're back at full speed with everything going on around your New England Patriots, and trust me, there's a lot to unpack right now. This really feels like the start of a brand new chapter. In Foxborough, something that could redefine what Patriots football looks like for years to come. The buzz around Boston is real, and honestly, it's not just about football, it's about the entire sports culture of the city shifting in a way we haven't seen in a long time. First off, let's talk about what's happening in Boston as a whole. Because, to be fair, it feels like we're living into different realities at the same time. On one hand, there's this exciting optimism about the Patriots turning the page and building something fresh. On the other hand, it kind of feels like Boston sports fans are stuck in the middle of a nightmare that they didn't sign up for. If you zoom out and look at the last 3 or 4 years, it's been tough sledding for fans in this town. The Patriots, after decades of dominance, have been stuck in a stretch of inconsistency and disappointment since around 2020. With Tom Brady leaving, the whole COVID disruption, and just a general sense of things slipping away from what we all got used to during that golden era. And as if that wasn't enough, it's not like the other teams in Boston are making things easier for the fans. Let's just look at what's going on. Jason Tatum, after delivering an NBA championship to the Celtics and giving the city a rare reason to celebrate, suffers a torn Achilles. That's brutal. That's not something you just bounce back from overnight. He's going to be out for a long time, and that leaves a huge hole in the heart of Boston basketball. Then you shift over to baseball. The Red Sox, who had already been making questionable moves for a while, went and traded Rafael Devers out west. Does that remind anyone else of what happened with Mookie Betts not too long ago? It's like deja vu. One moment you're celebrating a World Series, and the next your best players are being shipped out of town. It's disheartening. And we're not done. In hockey, Brad Marchand, the heartbeat of the Bruins for so many years, the guy who embodied grit, determination, and everything Boston fans love about their teams, gets sent packing to the Florida Panthers. Not only that, he helps them lift a Stanley Cup. Talk about salt in the wound. It feels like everywhere you turn, Boston sports fans are being hit with another gut punch. So here we are. Save us, Drake May. That's the vibe right now. There's a sense that all eyes are turning toward the Patriots rookie quarterback to bring some life back to this sports town, and what a stage for him to step onto. Shout out to him, by the way, for tying the knot recently just outside Boston. Off the field, things are clearly moving forward for him, but now it's about what he can do between the lines. This is his chance. This is his moment. If there's one thing we know about Boston fans, it's that they love a winner. They rally around athletes who show heart, who say the right things, who face the media and handle the pressure, and most importantly, who deliver on game day. That's why Jason Tatum became a beloved figure. That's why people love Devers, even though he wasn't exactly thrilled about playing defense. That's why Marchand was adored. He pushed opponents' buttons, scored goals, and brought a title back in 2011. Boston fans aren't asking for perfection. They're asking for heart, for moments, for wins. And yeah, I know, the Celtics just won a title not long ago, but with all these departures and injuries, it feels like that celebration was years ago already, and now people are wondering, what's next? Are the Celtics going to blow it up? Are they going to trade Drew Holiday? Are they going to move on from Kristaps Porzingis? Is Jaylen Brown going to stay? Nobody knows. There's this cloud of uncertainty hovering over almost every team in town. That's what makes the Patriots situation so fascinating. After more than 3 years of being the inconsistent team in Boston sports, there's this weird but exciting possibility that they could suddenly become the stable franchise again. Mike Vrabel is in charge now. There's a new energy in the building. People are looking at this roster, looking at the young talent, looking at the leadership, and thinking, wait a minute, could this team actually be the one to carry the torch for Boston sports over the next few years? And that's why now is such an interesting time to be locked in with the Patriots. This feels like ground floor level stuff. This feels like the kind of moment where 5 years from now, people will look back and say, yeah, I was following this team before the turnaround really started. There's already a growing belief that they could surprise people this season, that they could actually make a run at the playoffs, that they could start writing a new chapter one that doesn't just revolve around putting up a Tom Brady statue outside the stadium, but one where new heroes step up and build their own legacy. And make no mistake, all of this is going to rest on Drake May's shoulders. Is he ready? Can he handle the pressure of being the guy Boston looks to for hope? Can he bring that winning mentality back? Those questions are about to get answered very soon. And honestly, I think fans are ready for the ride, looking backward just a bit. Let's shift gears and talk about something that had Patriots fans buzzing recently. The ESPN Quarter Century Team, from 2000 to 2025. ESPN put together what they consider the best players across the NFL from the past 25 years, building a full 53-man roster with starters, backups, and coaches. As expected, there was strong Patriots representation, as there should be for a team that dominated the league for the full decades. No surprises at quarterback and tight end. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were obvious choices. Those were automatic locks. You can't talk about this era of football without mentioning those two at the top of the list. At wide receiver, Randy Moss got his spot, which again, totally makes sense given the impact he had, even in the relatively short time he spent in New England. On defense, Vince Wilfork earned the nose tackle spot. That's another no-brainer for anyone who remembers how dominant he was clogging the middle and shutting down opposing run games. In the secondary, Darrelle Revis got the nod at cornerback. And even though his time with the Patriots was brief, the impact he had during that Super Bowl winning season was undeniable. Special teams, Matthew Slater was included as one of the greatest gunners and special teamers the league has ever seen. That's well deserved. When you think about special teams excellence over the past couple decades, Slater is at the top of that conversation. And of course, at head coach, it had to be Bill Belichick. Say what you want about the last few years, but when you win 6 Super Bowls and change the culture of an entire franchise, your spot on that list is secure, for the most part. ESPN played it safe and got the obvious ones right. These are players and coaches who helped define not just Patriots football, but the NFL as a whole over the last 25 years. But as you'd expect with any all-time list, there are always going to be some snubs and head-scratchers. There are a few names that immediately come to mind where you're left wondering, wait, how is that guy not on the list? And trust me, we're going to get into all of that. We're talking about guys like Julian Edelman. How do you leave a Super Bowl MVP, one of the most clutch receivers in postseason history, off this list? This is a guy who, when the Patriots needed a big play on third down, when they needed a miracle catch in the Super Bowl, when they needed someone to step up in the biggest moments, he delivered. Sure, when you look at the other wide receivers on the team, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, Terrell Owens, Marvin Harrison, Justin Jefferson, Antonio Brown, Andre Johnson, it's a stacked list, no doubt about it. Even Cooper Kupp didn't make the cut, and that guy's numbers speak for themselves. So yeah, it's a tough crowd. But still, when you think about big game impact and legacy moments, Julian Edelman has a case. And don't even get me started on Adam Vinatieri. The man is responsible for some of the most iconic kicks in NFL history, the Tuck Rule game, the Snow Bowl, multiple Super Bowl game winners. How do you leave that guy off the list? ESPN went with Justin Tucker, and sure, from a pure leg talent and accuracy perspective, it's hard to argue against Tucker. He's been automatic for most of his career, hit the longest field goal in NFL history, and been a weapon from 50-plus yards consistently. But come on, when the game was on the line, when championships were decided by a single kick, it was Vinatieri who delivered time and time again. If clutch matters, and in my opinion, it should, then Vinatieri absolutely deserved that spot, honestly. Even Stephen Gostkowski should have gotten more consideration. He was part of 3 Super Bowl wins. And while he might not have had the dramatic moments that Vinatieri did, he was consistent and reliable for over a decade. All right, that covers the first half of our deep dive. Let's pause here because there's a lot more to get into, especially with the Patriots' recent moves at offensive tackle and how that's shaping the roster heading into camp. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A ripple of excitement, or perhaps anxiety for opposing defenses, is coursing through the NFL rumor mill today as Amari Cooper, the star wide receiver, was reportedly seen arriving at the New England Patriots team headquarters. The sighting, which occurred earlier this afternoon, has immediately ignited speculation about a potential blockbuster move that could dramatically reshape the AFC East landscape. Sources close to the team, who spoke on condition of anonymity, indicated that Cooper's presence wasn't merely a casual visit. While details remain tightly under wraps, The mere possibility of a player of Cooper's caliber joining Bill Belichick's squad is enough to send shockwaves across the league. The Patriots, known for their shrewd moves and ability to maximize talent, have been notably looking to bolster their receiving cores. Cooper, with his proven track record of consistent production and elite route running, would undoubtedly be a game-changer for an offense that has at times struggled for explosiveness. Is this the beginning of serious negotiations, or simply a preliminary meeting to gauge interest? Could it be a sign that the Patriots are ready to make a significant splash in the veteran market? The buzz around Gillette Stadium is palpable, with fans and analysts alike scrambling to piece together what this could mean for the upcoming season. While nothing has been confirmed, the image of Cooper in a Patriots uniform is certainly a tantalizing prospect. For New England faithful, that's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.